How many honest men you know?
The Howie Carr Show is back.
We've been talking a lot about the fact that the Mass State Republican Committee is going to elect, we hope, a new chairman on Tuesday night in Marlboro. The state committee will be meeting, and there's supposed to be 80 of them, but there's only about 73, 74 of them right now because Jim Jones Lyons won't hold any new caucuses to replace departing members. And so it's a very close election. You know, a lot of people want to get rid of Jim Lyons. He's had a record of unparalleled disasters, catastrophes. He hasn't won a single major race since he took over 4 years ago. So he wants to get rid of people who want to get rid of him. And one of the people that would vote against him is Lindsay Valanzola. She's from Wales, which is down on the Connecticut line in central Massachusetts. And so he just decided, he hired a private detective to try to prove that she wasn't a resident of Wales or Massachusetts. That didn't work out. So he just decided to say that her seat was vacant and she was off the committee. He has no right under the bylaws of the committee to do that. So she had to go to court to make sure that he couldn't throw her off. And she won the case today. Lindsay Valanzola, congratulations on your victory. I couldn't see how the judge could rule any other way, but you have to be pretty pleased about this.
Yeah, thanks, Howie. Thanks for having me. I mean, honestly, just could not be more thrilled with the way that the results showed today.
And so you will not be voting for the guy who tried to throw you off the committee on Tuesday night, I'm guessing.
That is correct. He definitely does not have my vote on Tuesday.
What do you think? Tell us what you think of Jim Jones Lyons trying to throw you off the committee, even though he had absolutely no right under the committee bylaws to do this.
I mean, Howie, I could sit here all night telling you what I really think of this. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? He very choicely decided to spend the last 2+ years doing quote-unquote opposition research that he categorized as IT services against his own party, right, against his own state committee, myself and others included.
Right.
And he's up for so long, and then he choicely made the decision to send me the letter saying that I was no longer a state committee woman the day after the election. I mean, it speaks volumes then and there in itself, right? Like, you spent 2 years looking into this, and then you kick me off the day after you've lost all the elections across Massachusetts where you haven't been doing your job. 3 months before we're going to elect a chairman, or chairwoman. And so it really just speaks volumes of who he is as a person and who he is as a chairman.
Has his attorney appealed the decision?
Not as of yet, but I won't be surprised if they do.
I hope you're prepared, because they're going to seek an emergency stay due to the irreparable harm of having to follow the state committee bylaws. I mean, that's what the appeal would boil down to. It's amazing that he thinks he can get away with this. Do you think Lyons has got any shot of winning? I mean, I talk to people and they say, how can this guy even be in the fight? He hasn't won a single important race. He's lost any number of significant races. He can't get out of his own way. And he's hiring private detectives to go after you. Another guy, he went in to dig up his divorce records from 10 years ago. A Republican state committee man. This is what he's spending the money on.
I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, the Mass GOP is basically bankrupt at this point. I don't even know that we can spend the money for the bills that we have as of now. And yet he's still trying to fight his own committee, right? Like, he's still trying to fight me through this. He's trying to fight others. He's doing all of this research and hiring people and spending the party funds. And, you know, it's insane to me. I never got into this role or this position, and I never wanted to be a candidate, right? I never wanted to be the person that was out there actually running for a state rep or anything else. I wanted to be somebody that could help elect other people. It was never my intention to try to be the candidate or be the front line or be the front of the newspaper. So this is not fun for me by any means. And so it's crazy that he's continuing to spend party funds to do all of this stuff and try to take down his own party when the people we should be fighting against are the Democrats. I mean, there's barely Republicans in Massachusetts anymore. And looking at somebody like Jim, you understand why, right? Like, we don't want him to be the face of the Republican Party because to your point, who wants to follow him? I certainly don't. And he's not making it easy for people to be Republicans and have the R at the end of your name.
50,000 fewer Republicans, Lindsay. Your brother's told the Herald that he thought that you and he believe that Jim Lyons had private detectives trailing you down in Tennessee. Do you believe that?
Oh, I absolutely do. Yeah.
He said that the party is broke, and he's got private detectives. You're saying in Tennessee, trying to track you down and prove that you're not a Massachusetts resident, even though you've done jury duty, you're registered. But he has people that have sold their house in the district, and he's not challenging them, is he?
Well, of course not. They're going to vote for it.
Lindsay Valanzola, I'm so happy you won, and congratulations on your victory. You could read about it at go to at Howie Carr Show. I'm Howie Carr, Twitter.
Studios.
I want to give Lindsay more time, so I didn't do the poll question, but 860 says there have been more Bigfoot sightings in Massachusetts lately than sightings of cue ball Jim McGovern. Why didn't Jerky Jim investigate that? He wanted to track him out of state like they were trying to track Lindsay Valanzola out of state, a Republican. He's spending all this money on private detectives. Amazing. And he's still in the running. We'll see what happens Tuesday.